Kenya is a country rich in diversity, over 40 tribes, each with unique traditions, languages, and histories. While some practices are widely celebrated, others may seem unusual or even strange to outsiders. In this video, we dive into 10 Kenyan tribes with the most unusual, fascinating, and sometimes controversial cultural traditions. From ancient initiation rituals to beliefs that defy logic, this is Kenya like you've never seen it before. Let's count down from number 10. Number 10. Taita, funeral feasting traditions. Among the Taita, some communities practice elaborate post-burial feasts that happen weeks or even months after someone is buried. These ceremonies are deeply spiritual, involving symbolic food offerings and beer for the ancestors. Some believe the spirit of the deceased remains until the feast is done properly. Outsiders may find it odd, but for the Taita, it's about honor, closure, and connection to the afterlife. Number 9. Turkana, animal blood and milk as staple food. The Turkana are known for surviving in some of the harshest conditions in Kenya. One of their most unusual dietary practices is drinking a mixture of fresh milk and raw animal blood, especially during drought seasons. It's not about shock, it's survival, and a deeply rooted part of their warrior culture. But for most Kenyans in the global community, this is a jaw-dropping tradition. Number 8. Kissi, tooth removal in children. In some parts of Kissi, there's a cultural practice where a child's milk teeth are forcefully removed if the child is thought to be sickly or cursed. While not widely practiced today and increasingly frowned upon, some older generations believed it could cure diseases. It's a reminder of how tradition and medicine have clashed over time. Number 7. Pokot, female and male initiation rites. The Pokot, a pastoralist community found mainly in West Pokot and parts of Baringo County, are known for having some of the most intense initiation rites in Kenya, for both boys and girls. Among Pokot boys, the journey to manhood begins with circumcision performed without anesthesia, followed by a period of isolation in the forest, where the boys live together under the guidance of older warriors. During this time, they learn survival tactics, cattle raiding strategies, and community responsibilities. They return home weeks or months later as full-fledged warriors, marked by bravery, pain endurance, and discipline. But perhaps more controversial are the female initiation rites, which still include female genital mutilation, FGM, in some areas, despite being illegal. FGM is considered by traditionalists as a rite of passage into womanhood, preparing girls for marriage and motherhood. The ceremony often involves music, community gatherings, and blessings from elders. Yet the emotional, physical, and psychological consequences are long-lasting and often devastating. The practice is slowly declining due to government crackdowns, NGO interventions, and grassroots education, but there are still reports of families hiding their daughters or traveling across borders to perform the rituals secretly. It's a complex cultural battleground. On one side, elders who believe they're preserving identity and purity; on the other, a new generation pushing for autonomy, health, and education. The Poko's story is one of clashing values, tradition versus progress, identity versus human rights. Number 6. Kamba, spirit possession and rainmaking rituals. The Akamba people are known for their traditional rainmakers and spirit mediums. In some communities, people still seek help from these spiritual figures to bring rain or chase away evil spirits. These ceremonies involve drumming, chants, herbs, and animal sacrifices, often done in remote areas. For outsiders, it can seem like ancient witchcraft, but for many Kambas, it's culture and continuity. Number 5. Samburu, bead-giving ceremony. Among the Samburu, older men sometimes give necklaces, beads, to young girls as a symbolic gesture of engagement, a practice heavily criticized today for encouraging early marriages. While it was originally meant as a rite of passage, modernization and legal reforms are slowly changing how this custom is viewed and practiced. Number 4. Luo, widow inheritance. Among the Luo community, One of the most controversial and deeply rooted customs is widow inheritance, locally known as taro. Traditionally, when a man dies, his widow is inherited by a male relative, often a brother or cousin of the deceased. This man is expected to take care of the widow, including emotional, financial, and in some cases, conjugal responsibilities. The practice was originally meant to provide security and stability for the widow and her children, ensuring the deceased's lineage and property stayed within the family. However, in modern Kenya, this tradition has drawn heavy criticism, especially from human rights activists. Many argue that it violates a woman's autonomy and can lead to psychological trauma and economic disempowerment, especially when the woman has no say in the arrangement. The situation worsened during the HIV/AIDS epidemic, as widow inheritance was identified as a key contributor to the spread of HIV, especially when cleansing rituals involving unprotected sex were performed. Some widows are also inherited by professional inheritors, men who move from one widow to another for money or other benefits. In recent years, many Luo women, especially in urban areas, have rejected this practice. Education, awareness, and religious influence are gradually shifting perspectives, but in some rural areas, taro remains quietly practiced. It's a reminder of how culture can both protect and oppress, depending on how it evolves. Number 3. Kalenjin, running as a rite of passage. The Kalenjin are world famous for producing elite runners. But did you know that running isn't just sport, it's cultural? For many young Kalenjin boys, endurance running was historically part of their training for warriorhood. It's about strength, discipline, and identity, and while not weird, in a negative way, it's a fascinating blend of tradition and global excellence. Number 2. Mijikenda, sacred kaya forests and witchcraft beliefs. The Mijikenda communities believe in kaya forests, sacred ancestral homes where powerful rituals are performed. Entry is restricted, and it's believed the forests are protected by spirits. In some areas, belief in witchcraft is still strong, and elders are seen as keepers of mysterious powers. Outsiders have described these practices as eerie, yet deeply spiritual. Number 1. Maasai, jumping dances and blood drinking. The Maasai are arguably Kenya's most iconic tribe, but their customs are often misunderstood. Their famous adumu, jumping dance, isn't just for show, it's a test of strength and readiness for adulthood. In some areas, the drinking of cow blood, especially during ceremonies or after childbirth, is still practiced. These customs have baffled tourists but remain core to Maasai identity. Kenya's cultural diversity is part of what makes it so vibrant and sometimes surprising. While some of these practices are slowly fading, others are being preserved with pride. Whether shocking, beautiful, or ancient, they each carry a story that defines who we are as a people. Which tradition surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more eye-opening content from the heart of Kenya.